In this video, we'll be solving systems of linear equations by substitution. Let's do some examples. Let's look at the first equation and solve for the variable y. To do this, let's subtract both sides by negative x to get negative y is equal to negative x plus 3. We can divide both sides by negative 1 to get y is equal to x minus 3. For the second equation, we can write it as x plus 2 times something within parentheses, and let that equal 18. Now, since we solve for the variable y, we can substitute it into this equation. So we have x plus 2 times x minus 3 is equal to 18. Simplifying, we get x plus 2x minus 6 is equal to 18. Simplifying further, we get 3x minus 6 is equal to 18. Now solving for x, we can add 6 on both sides to get 3x is equal to 24. Then we can divide 3 on both sides to get x is equal to 24 over 3, which is equal to 8. So now that we have the value for x, we can substitute it into the first equation and solve for y. So we get y is equal to 8 minus 3. So y is equal to 5. So now we know that the point of intersection happens at 8, 5. So if we plot the two equations, we can see that the point of intersection happens at 8, 5. Exactly what we solved for. Let's do another example. So for this system of equations, we already know that x is equal to 2y. So if we look at the first equation and substitute 2y for x, we get 2 times 2y minus 3y is equal to 6, which is equivalent to 4y minus 3y is equal to 6. 4y minus 3y is just y, so y is equal to 6. So now that we know what y is, we can substitute the value into the first or second equation. So let's substitute it into the second equation. So x is equal to 2 times 6. 6 times 2 is 12, so x is equal to 12. So now that we have the values for x and y, if we graph the equations, we can see that the point of intersection happens at 12, 6. Exactly the values we solved for. Finally, let's look at the third system of equations. So let's focus on the first equation and solve for y. If we subtract 2x from both sides, we get y is equal to negative 2x plus 7. So now that we know what y is, we can substitute it into the second equation. So we get 2 times negative 2x plus 7 is equal to negative 4x. If we distribute the 2, we get negative 4x plus 14 is equal to negative 4x. Now if we add 4x on both sides, we get 14 is equal to 0. 14 equals 0 is a false statement, which indicates that the system has no solution and is inconsistent. If we graph the two lines, we will see that the lines are in parallel and will never interact. So there is indeed no solution.